Someone out there is a future billionaire after the Powerball jackpot climbed once again how much you could win now. And breaking records, meet the woman who became the oldest person to ever skydive. You're watching The Rundown. I'm Adrian Arambulo in for Robin Winston. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. No one won Monday night's Powerball jackpot. So that means Wednesday's Powerball drawing will soar to at least $1.2 billion, the third largest Powerball jackpot in history. There have been 33 straight drawings without a big winner. And still, no deal in sight to make Hollywood whole once again. The actors' strike is still going on as their union continues contract negotiations with television and film studios. SAG-AFTRA and producers went back to the bargaining table Monday. Don't know the exact details of their meeting, but both sides confirmed that they met for the full day. Negotiations will resume Wednesday, but now that the writers' strike has ended, late-night shows are back with brand new episodes once again.
I heard you missed us. We're back. It has been too long.
The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon returned Monday night with a fresh episode with guests Matthew McConaughey and John Mayer. And while the show was off the air for nearly 5 months, Fallon said that his daughters kept him sharp as he interviewed the little girls every morning during breakfast. Late Night with Seth Meyers also made a comeback. He has guests like Tracy Morgan, Nick Offerman lined up for this week. All right, let's get a check of the forecast with meteorologist Belen de Leon.
Hi, everyone. Oh, I know the calendar says it's October, but it's going to feel more like July. We've got temperatures heating up for the rest of the week. Highs are going to be reaching the 90s, some spots flirting with 100 degrees. The same system that's bringing us the heat is also going to increase our winds. We're looking at the first Santa Ana wind event of the season. Winds out of the northeast, 25 to 40 miles per hour, especially on Wednesday and Thursday. And all these conditions will come together to increase fire danger, so let's be safe with any fire sources. Taking a look at the trend in West Covina, but this pretty much mirrors what all of us are going to be experiencing. On Wednesday, temperatures jumping in the 90s. Thursday right now is looking like our hottest day when we're flirting with 100 degrees in a few spots, and that heat holds on for the first part of the weekend. We're not really going to see much relief until Sunday and Monday, so hang in there, stay cool, and hydrate.
Well, former President Trump's civil fraud trial is underway. He is taking to social media blasting the New York Attorney General and the judge in the case. Trump, his sons, and his company, the Trump Organization, are being accused of exaggerating the value of real estate properties, including Trump Tower and Mar-a-Lago, by over $2 billion to receive better loan terms from banks. Mr. Trump posted on Truth Social claiming that he is worth far more than what the court documents indicate, arguing the entire case should be thrown out and dismissed. Days after Congress narrowly averted a government shutdown, the Speaker of the House is now fighting for his job. Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz filed a resolution to force a vote to overthrow House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Gaetz sent several warnings to McCarthy over the last 2 weeks, saying he would try to oust the Speaker if he introduced a short-term government spending bill. Now, that bill passed Saturday with help from Democrats.
It is going to be difficult for my Republican friends to keep calling President Biden feeble while he continues to take Speaker McCarthy's lunch money in every negotiation.
Now, following Gaetz's motion, McCarthy sent this message out on social media saying, "Bring it on." And bad news for striking employees in the auto industry. Ford is making more cuts to its workforce. The company announced that 330 workers were laid off at 2 facilities in the Midwest as a direct result of the UAW targeted strike. Ford confirmed that the workers were told not to report to a stamping plant in Chicago and an engine plant in Ohio. The automaker says these facilities must slow production of parts that are sent to the Chicago plant. These recent layoffs are in addition to 600 workers who were let go last month at a Michigan assembly plant. And there's relief and celebration in New York after a girl who vanished is found alive. That was the reaction from teams searching for 9-year-old Charlotte Sena after they got news that she was safe. She was camping with her family in upstate New York Saturday when she disappeared while on a bike ride. Officials say fingerprints left on a ransom note helped lead authorities to the suspected kidnapper.
After some resistance, the suspect was taken into custody, and immediately the little girl was found in a cabinet, cupboard. She was rescued, and she knew she was being rescued. She knew that she was in safe hands. The
suspect was arraigned on kidnapping charges and is being held without bail. Pope Francis is signaling his openness for what some say could be a momentous step in the push for equal rights within the Catholic Church. While responding to a question from 5 conservative cardinals, the Pope opened the door for some Catholic priests to bless same-sex unions. The Pope made it clear that such unions, quote, do not convey a mistaken concept of marriage, but he says some blessings might be given on a case-by-case basis because the clergy should be willing to demonstrate more, quote, kindness, patience, understanding, and encouragement. A new affordable housing complex is now open in North Hollywood. The Sun Commons is near the corner of Clybourne and Victory. It has 103 units to house lower-income families and people who were formerly homeless.
Please support these kind of projects. It is so hard to erect these kind of projects when the community says we don't want it in our backyard. We need these kind of facilities to ensure that we're getting people off the streets.
Half of the units are already reserved for formerly unhoused people and half for families and individuals earning less than the area's median income. LA County is kicking off Banned Books Week. The annual event was established in 1982 and aims at fending off campaigns to remove certain books from library shelves. LA County Libraries joined the National Books Unbanned initiative, launching a digital card for teens throughout the state of California. It provides access to e-books and audiobooks, including banned books. Sarah Franco volunteers at the West Hollywood Library, and she spoke out about the importance of not taking important resources away from kids.
The subject of banning books, it's absurd. You're just getting rid of a whole resource for a community. And I feel like if you don't want your kids to read a certain book or consume something, then you don't have to. I think banning them in libraries and schools, it's undermining the way us kids are, and you're just sheltering us from reality.
Teens can learn more about the digital library card on the library's website at lacountylibrary.org. A judge plans to grant Lady Gaga's motion to dismiss a civil suit against her brought by a woman who maintains that she is entitled to collect the $500,000 reward for the safe return of Lady Gaga's 2 French bulldogs after they were stolen. So this happened in West Hollywood in 2021. Jennifer McBride claims breach of contract based on the reward that Lady Gaga posted online. Now, McBride is also one of 5 people charged in connection with the robbery. She returned the dogs 2 days after 2 men shot Lady Gaga's dog walker and stole the pets. The 2024 Tournament of Roses Royal Court was announced Monday in Pasadena, and NBC4's Karma Dickerson talked to them about the long process, what's next, and what this honor means.
Out of hundreds of applicants, these 28 young ladies from Pasadena Area High School stood apart. Then the finalists making up the Royal Court.
I bet you want to know who this is, right?
Phoebe Ho, Mia Moore-Walker, Naomi Stilatano, Jessica Powell, Emerson Tucker, Olivia Bohonic, and Trinity De La Cruz. These 7 princesses will preside over the 135th Tournament of Roses Parade and the 110th Rose Bowl game on New Year's Day.
So it's really incredible to also be able to join the history of women who are on the court.
The young women have an interesting range of experiences with the Rose Parade. Powell, a lifelong Pasadena resident, and despite giving one of the most memorable shocked expressions of the day, this competition is in Olivia Bohonic's blood.
I can't believe this is real. It's been a tradition in my family to try out for the Rose Court. Unfortunately, none of my family members even made it past the first round, so the fact that I made it onto the court is just such a surreal feeling.
From those who grew up with the parade to those much newer to the tradition.
I was originally born in Chicago, Illinois. I did not move to California until I was 11, so I wasn't even aware that Tournament of Roses was a thing.
I actually was born in Italy, in Rome, and I moved here when I was 7, and the first thing I saw was the Rose Parade at New Year's, and I was like, well, I want to be a princess.
This year's theme, celebrating the world of music.
It unites us, connects us, and is the thread in all our lives all over the world.
While we are 3 months from watching the floats go by as the bands play, the Rose Court members have leadership, community service, and educational events to look forward to, as well as a $7,500 scholarship.
Well, TikTok is reportedly testing an ad-free subscription version of the app. Android Authority says screenshots show TikTok prompting users to choose between staying on the free version with ads or upgrading to the ad-free experience, which may cost $4.99 a month. A TikTok spokesperson confirmed the test to Variety, but says it only is being conducted in 1 country outside the U.S., may not expand. The test comes as TikTok works to generate new revenue. And they're just a little over 80 days to go until Christmas, but Mariah Carey is starting the holiday celebration early. The Grammy Award winner announced the kickoff of her Christmas extravaganza, Merry Christmas, one and all. The concert kicks off November 15th at Yamava Casino in Highland, and there will also be a stop on November 17th at the Hollywood Bowl. Tickets go on sale Wednesday. And a stop for gas turned into something so much more in Palmdale. An expecting mother went into labor, and in this video you can see a firefighter holding the newborn just moments after mom gave birth. This happened Monday at the Arco station at 5th Street West and Palmdale Boulevard. LA County Fire tells us that mom and baby were taken to Antelope Valley Medical Center and are doing well. And we all know the saying, dogs are man's best friend, right? Women's best friend, but maybe they should not be our go-to chauffeur or designated driver, because take a look at what police in Slovakia recently found as they pulled the car over for speeding. They say this big brown hunting dog was sitting obediently behind the wheel of his owner's car. The driver was cited for disobeying traffic laws. He claims the dog just suddenly jumped onto his lap, but police say video footage from the speed cameras disprove his claims. They say the dog was on the man's lap for several minutes leading up to that picture being snapped. Well, age is just a number, right? For 104-year-old Dorothy Hoffner, it sure is. This is her jumping out of a plane and into history books. Dorothy broke the record for oldest person ever to skydive. This happened over Chicago. Dorothy described her jump as peaceful.
It was wonderful. It was a nice, peaceful, and I had to keep myself awake so I could see the scenery.
Wow. Always cool, calm, and collected. Barely stay awake, she says. Dorothy says she's not sure if she'll ever skydive again. By the way, she turns 105 in December, so we want to wish her an early happy birthday. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune in to Today in LA on NBC4 weekdays from 4 to 7 a.m. That's where we bring you all of the day's headlines. I want to thank you for watching The Rundown.